Welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna explain the 3 truths about making $50K a month in my physical therapy practice. I'm gonna give you guys the real. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Dr. Odell Miller and I'm a physical therapist, and I grew my clinic to $51K a month less than 6 months after graduation. Here it is, I opened my clinic as a new grad, but it may sound so glamorous, and I wanna tell you guys about the 3 truths about hitting $50,000 in less than 6 months as a new grad physical therapist, and exactly how I did it. Some of you might be surprised at some of the things that I didn't do it alone. I had help. Let's get into the video. Number 1, I didn't try to do this on my own. Like, that is the number 1 truth about getting to $50K a month as a physical therapist, is not doing it on my own. So, especially as some people may think they are, especially as some people may think that I was getting to $50K a month on my own, I would have never gotten there if I tried to do it alone because I'm not smart enough. The same thing, if I tried to become a physical therapist on my own, guess what? I wouldn't have been able to do it because I'm not smart enough. What I did instead, just like we do for physical therapy school, I found someone who was in the position that I wanted to be in. I found someone who had the knowledge that I wanted to have and learn from them. Just like we invest so much money in the physical therapy school to become doctors of physical therapy, we couldn't do it without that. So why would I think anything different than doing that in business as well? So what I did, what I advise everyone to do is I simply reached out to physical therapists who literally have done what I was attempting to do, which is grow a physical therapy clinic as a new grad. And guess what? I got there to $50K a month in less than 6 months because of that reason. What that did for me was put myself in an environment to where it literally forced me to grow, and it gave me so much information so that I can skip the steps. So I can skip what others had to do for 8 years, and I can do that across literally within a few months. Because guess what? The truth is, like, I could have did it on my own. But at what expense? If I did it on my own, it literally would have took me 5, 6, 7, 8 years. But I always ask myself, like, why would I wait 8 years to learn on my own and learn from my own mistakes when I can literally do it in a few months and learn from others' mistakes who's already done the 8 years? It's not linear. Success isn't linear. Business isn't linear. It's like, so we have 2 different ways to learn. You can learn from your mistakes, or you can learn from other people's mistakes. And 1,000 times out of 1,000 times, I would rather learn from other people's mistakes so I don't make the same thing. It's like if someone in the world has already made that mistake and are where you want to be, why would I go down that same path and make that same mistake when I can literally just eliminate that mistake altogether by asking them what I should do and shouldn't do to get there much faster? And then another mindset shift is like, I'm continually investing in myself. Because guess what? The time that I have trying to do this on my own, it's finite. But money, the money that I make, it's abundant. And let me explain. So if I were to lose all of my money in my bank account today, like I just lost 100K, 200K, 300K today, guess what? I have the ability to earn that back tomorrow. Like I can get it all back tomorrow, literally in 1 day, a week, 2 weeks. But when I lose all of my time that I have today, I can't get that time back tomorrow no matter what. No matter how much money I have, no matter how hard I try. So why would I give up my finite resource, which is time, for my abundant resource, which is money? Everyone has it backwards. What I would rather do is give up my abundant resource, which is money, to save on my finite resource, which is time. We all have an expiration date on this earth. None of us knows when it is. So it's like, I'm gonna spend money all the time because I can get that back. And guess what? I can't die with money. You get one body, you get one time. Just like we explained to our patients, you get one lifetime. You get endless amounts of money. So spend your money to save yourself time. And that is huge. That's been a huge truth for me on making $50,000 a month. I didn't do it alone. And if I had to do it again, guess what? I would have only done one thing differently. I would have invested in myself sooner, and I would have invested in myself even more and hired more coaches at the same time as well. Truth number 2 is I hired a team. Let me tell you a secret. So after I hit my highest month, which was $50,000 a month in less than 6 months as a new grad, I literally consciously said out loud to my fiance, like, I don't care if I make another dollar next month. I cannot do what I just did last month again. Because guess what? I wanted to be a one-man show. I was a one-man show. I was doing everything front desk. I was doing everything back end. I was answering all the calls, all the text messages, doing all the consultations, and treating all the patients, and going out and doing all the referral meetups, and doing all of the content, and editing all the content. It's like, I can't do that and grow. And that was the truth. So what I had to do is invest back into myself in a different way. as you saw with truth number one, is like I invested in myself with coaches, but I had to invest back in my time and buy back my time and investment of team. So I hired the team. I had to. And guess what? That allowed me to mentally grow and give me the mental freedom that I wanted. Because what's the point of making $50K a month if you're time poor, if you're location poor, if you're literally stressed out because you have to handle so many different roles? Would you rather give up some of that pie and literally make maybe, let's say after expenses, $30K a month instead of 50, but you can be wherever you need to be. You actually can have time to create and think. You can actually go invest more in other areas. You can actually have the time freedom and the location freedom. I'll give that up 1,000 times over. And so if you're watching this video and you're trying to do it alone and you feel like you're like bouncing off the wall and you're trying to do everything, guess what? You simply have to hire a team. You have to learn how to let go of things. Because as long as you're trying to hold on to everything and do everything in the business, you're literally holding yourself back and limiting your growth. Trust me, I was there. You don't want to go down that path. Like, if you're making a bunch of money, invest into yourself with editors. You should never edit another video. Invest in yourself with someone to run your phones, to do your phone calls, to run your calendar, run your schedule. Man, I used to like double book myself. I used to do all kinds of silly things because I was trying to manage my own schedule. And I love this because Dan Martell always says this, like, if you don't have an assistant, you are your own assistant. If you're answering messages, if you're answering emails, if you're answering all your inbox, you are working on the public's to-do list instead of your own. So what I did was take back my time, and now I work on my own to-do list. And now I have an assistant who does all of my emails, does all the patient communication, all of my calendar, all of my travel, make sure that I'm where I need to be, when I need to be there, so then I can offload it from my brain. Then also I have an amazing VA, online EA, who helps me with all of my funnels. He helps me with websites. He helps me with everything, editing, managing team, all of the systems. He helps with all of that stuff so I don't have to think about it or I don't have to do it. And then we use this principle, which is the 10-80-10 rule. So I come up with the idea, or I do 10% at the beginning, which is basically explaining it to the team of what I want done and then what success looks like at the end of it. And then I give it off to my team, which they perform 80% of it, which is doing the meat of all of the things that needs to get done. Then I come back in at the last 10%, and then I take it back over and make sure it's good and polish it up. Before I was doing 100%. Now I only have to do 20% of the project, which is the ideation and then the completion of the thumbs up of that it's done. And the ideation or the completion at the end, basically I'm just refining it and giving it back to whoever did the 80% and having them update and make it better. Now I'm able to work on so many more projects at once without me having to physically do it. But now that brings me into number 3, which allows me to literally learn new things every single day. This goes along with number 1 as well, but I invest in myself heavily, even more so than I did as a new grad, which is investing in coaches, investing in books, investing in information, investing time into watching different information. It doesn't always have to be paid. Paid is like the fastest way you can get there, but you can also watch YouTube, read books for $20. So every single day, it is one of my MITs to learn something new. And what that does is allow the entire business to grow. Because if the leader's not growing, if the leader's not going to get new information and bringing it back to the organization, to your team, how is everyone going to grow? They're now stuck in doing the day-to-day things that you once were that limited your ability to grow because you were trying to do so much. So now that that's taken care of, you have to make sure that you are growing at such a speed that your team not only like sees like the potential of where they fit in all of this and allows them to have an endless income and an endless growth capacity, but they have to look at you as a leader and trust in the things that you have them doing and that you are the right person for the role. Because guess what? People want a leader. They want a leader to guide them to where they want to be and their goals as well. But if they don't have a leader, guess what? They will leave. They will literally quit the job and go find a better leader that they feel secure with. So it's very, very important. And then you will limit yourself if you're not growing as well, because the truth is, like, you're stuck at where you are revenue-wise and in life is because of what you know, the limited knowledge of what you know. One of the scary things is, like, sometimes you don't know what you don't know. Like, you don't know what you don't know until you join these groups, until you join these programs that help you realize, like, okay, there's more available. Here's what you need to know. And be like, whoa, I didn't even know that I didn't know that, or that was a thing. That's why you have to continually invest in yourself with time, money, and investing in coaches and learning. The second you stop learning is the second you die. I always say that I'm a lifelong learner. Like, I'm literally a lifelong learner. Think about your classmates and those in high school, undergrad, PT school. Think about how many of them stopped learning when they got their fancy doctorate degree. We became doctors and thought we hit a pinnacle. No, what I always tell people is like, that's the start of my learning. What all that did was teach me how to learn at such a speed that I'm gonna forever grow. I would never stop learning because there's always constantly new information coming out. And now what we're teaching in our mastermind and stuff is like AI and automation. So important. That's why people are gonna be left behind. If they don't learn this AI and automation stuff, you will be left behind as a physical therapist, whether it's 5 years, 7 years, 3 years, 1 year, a few months. You have to be ahead and always learning instead of trying to learn in retrospect once it's too late. And if you're watching this video and you want to join the next workshop that I put on for absolutely free for you, it's mainly for those who are making 5 to 10K or more and want to get to 50 or scale their physical therapy practice. Go ahead and click the link below and join completely free. I'm giving away so much information. I would love to give it away all in this video, but obviously there's more time that I need to give you that. So I'm going to give you the exact steps on how to automate your revenue by not doing more in your business. Like, you don't need to do what I did in truth number 2, which is try to do it alone and bring yourself out. But you need to work on the right things, the right leverage activities, and the right MITs that's going to guarantee that you double, triple, quadruple your revenue of what you're making now. And if you want those systems that we use in our exact clinics, as well as what we give to our mastermind students, we have a mastermind called the HBA Mastermind. If you're making more than 10K a month, you qualify for that. So if you're interested in that, go to the workshop, click the link below, and it's completely free, and I'll see you on the other side. Appreciate you guys for watching the video. Make sure you subscribe. I appreciate you. And make sure you comment below and let me know that you want to see more of these videos. Peace out. Catch you in the next one.